Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 26th of October 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affairs. So watch this video till last. But I am requesting you all the students that you have to download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, you have to log in with the email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low, but we are covering the most important current affairs which are very important for every type of exam. But how we are covering this current affair? We are providing you daily section. In the daily section, you will see three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section, which you can attempt on our application on daily basis. Next is the weekly section. Again, you will receive three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section, which you can attempt on our application on weekly basis. Most important section is the monthly, and we are providing four type of PDFs. One is the detail, second is question and answer format, third is the best 100 current affair that is also provided in the form of question and answer, and the pocket PDF. It means the 2-liner and the 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs very quickly before your exam. But to enhance your performance, we are also providing 20 most important type of PDFs. It means these are topic wise PDF. If you want to revise one particular topic, then you can use this topic wise PDF. If you are a banking student, we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But all these three things are only related to banking and economy, and you can attempt this quiz on our application on monthly basis. If you want to cover all the past current affair of 2021 just from single PDF, then you can use this exam PDF. And we are also providing detailed budget and economic survey. Also expected question and answer will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs very quickly. And if you are preparing for your respective state exam, then we are also covering every state and union territories current affair. So you can revise from this PDF. And all these current affairs basically covers under only one subscription. You don't have to pay like different subscription, different prices. You have to just download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link and log in with the email ID. Then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. But both the subscription prices are very much low. But if you're a new student, you're just starting your preparation, then I'm advising you to subscribe for 2 years. And on both subscriptions, we are providing 10% extra discount if you use this code ASH10. If you have any query, you can email us or you can call us on this number or email ID. So let's start 26th of October 2021 current affairs. But first of all, you have to like this video. You have to share this video as maximum as possible, especially at least to your one important friend. And please subscribe this channel and join a Telegram group from the description box link. So let's start most important section, and here is the first question. Who has been awarded with 2021 Peace Prize of the German Book Trade? This prize is also known as German Peace Prize. Remember, examiner can ask by this word, German Peace Prize. And this prize is basically given by one association of German book publishers and the booksellers, and this organization awarded 2021 Peace Prize of the German book trade to the Zimbabwean author, and name of this Zimbabwe author is Tsitsi Dangarembga. So my pronunciation can be wrong, but answer of this question is C. So you have to remember this Zimbabwean author, and she is also a filmmaker. Name is Tsitsi, and she won this award for her work on the violence in her country and all over the world. So the work is like New Enlightenment. New Enlightenment. So you can just remember this work is known as New Enlightenment, and it is a work on the violence in her country, and name of the country is Zimbabwe. Name of the country is Zimbabwe. And you can also remember Tsitsi Dangarembga is the first black woman to win the German Peace Prize. First black woman to win the this German Peace Prize, and she stresses on the need for a fundamental shift to overcome the structures of racial hierarchy that have led to violence in her home country like Zimbabwe and all over across the world. And her debut novel, you can also remember, it is Nervous Conditions. This is her debut novel. It means the first novel, and this novel was the first to be published in English. First to be published in English by black women from Zimbabwe. This is again very important, and you can also see here the picture of Tsitsi Dangarembga received this German Peace Prize. And remember, this German Publishers and the Bookseller Association in the Federal Republic of Germany has been awarding this Peace Prize of German Book of Trade. And the association also runs the Frankfurt Book Fair. This is one of the largest book fair all over the world. largest book fair all over the world. This is Frankfurt Book Fair, and this association runs this book fair. And this prize embodies almost 25,000 euros raised by the publishers and the booksellers. But you can also remember the other options here, like Bhanupati Giwala. Bhanupati Giwala, she recently received Florence Nightingale Award. Remember, Florence Nightingale Award. And next is Firoz Feza Bether, and recently received 2021 Change Maker Award. Change Maker Award, and belongs to Bangladesh. Firoz Feza belongs to Bangladesh. Next, Muhammad Azam recently won National Youth Award. National Youth Award, and this award is basically presented by Union Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports Ministry, and it is presented by Anurag Singh Thakurji. So remember, all the awards are very, very important. Moving to next question. So next is our very important question section. You have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join our Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question: who won 2021 FIM MotoGP or Moto Grand Prix World Championship? So there is a series of events under this championship. This is known as Moto Grand Prix. It means motorcycling race. So Moto Grand Prix World Championship was won by Fabio Quartararo. Answer of this question is A, and this player belongs to which country? This player belongs to France. And the last you can say event under this championship was Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna Motorcycling Grand Prix, and this was won by Fabio Quartararo. And Fabio Quartararo became the first Frenchman to win this MotoGP World Championship. Again, just remember this question from the slide. Same question as same as in slide. And remember, this Grand Prix motorcycle racing was started in 1949. If you want, you can just increase your knowledge by this. But otherwise, you have to just remember the name. And this is the first Frenchman who win this MotoGP World Championship, Fabio Quartararo. And you can also see here the picture of Quartararo, who won the first MotoGP title for the France. Next is who won Formula 1 United States Grand Prix 2021. Most important question, but you can also remember in the very important section. And this player is again not Lewis Hamilton. This season is not basically 2021 season is not for Lewis Hamilton, because so many races in this tournament or in this year like 2021 won by Max Verstappen. Again, this race US Open, or you can say US Grand Prix Formula 1 racing, won by Max Verstappen. And I think all the students know that Max Verstappen belongs to Belgian Dutch community. So you can just remember he's Belgian Dutch racing driver. And he represents Red Bull Racing Honda, and he won 2021 United States Grand Prix by defeating Lewis Hamilton, who is a Mercedes driver and who belongs to United Kingdom, or you can say Britain. It means Lewis Hamilton got the second position. So maximum races in 2021 won by Max Verstappen, not by Lewis Hamilton. You can remember this. And all the Formula 1 races are organized by Federation International the Automobile. You can also remember this. You can see here the picture of Max Verstappen, very good season of 2021, and he won US Grand Prix. And this is very important question, guys. Remember this. Next, which country launched a satellite named Shijian-21 or Shijian-21 on the planned orbit to test and verify space debris mitigation technology? And the satellite was launched by a carrier rocket which is known as Long March 3B. And this carrier rocket basically belongs to China. So answer of this question is A. And if you don't know about space debris, then in simple word you can say it is any piece of machinery or the debris left by human in space. Or you can say it can refer to a big object such as dead satellites that have failed or been left in the orbit at the end of their mission. Or again, you can say it can also refer to the smaller things like bits of the debris that have fallen off a rocket. So these are known as the space debris. So we have to clean up the space, and China launched this Shijian or the Shijian-21 basically to verify this space debris mitigation technology. And the space startup in India, especially you have to remember, it is Digantra. It named as Digantra Research and Technology. This is space startup, and this company has developed India's first in-orbit space debris monitoring and tracking system that works on the technology LIDAR. And LIDAR stands for Light Detection and Ranging Technology. So this is the only startup who works on the debris monitoring and the tracking system. This is Digantra Research and Technology. You can also remember on behalf of India. But you have to remember Shijian-21, it is satellite, and it is launched by China, and it is to verify space debris mitigation technology. So remember this. You can also see here China successfully launched satellites to test space debris mitigation technology named as Shijian-21. Next is a book titled Kamala Harris, Phenomenal Woman, authored by whom? It is kind of a biography of Kamala Harris, who is currently the Vice President of United States of America. And this book is written by very famous journalist and writer and named is Chidanand Rajghatta. So answer of this question is D. So renowned journalist and writer Chidanand Rajghatta have authored a new book which is known as Kamala Harris, Phenomenal Woman, a biography of Kamala Harris, and you can say the first woman Vice President of United States of America. And the book is published by HarperCollins Publishers. You can see here, this is Kamala Harris, this is Chidanand Rajghatta, and name of the book is Kamala Harris, Phenomenal Woman, and you can also see here the logo. This is the HarperCollins Publishers logo. And the book features the life incidents of Kamala Harris, a woman of mixed race like India and Jamaica, who has become the first Indian descent and the first woman to become the Vice President of United States of America. And the book focuses on various aspects of Kamala Harris' identity, such as her political career, involvement in the California politics and the Senate prior to her presidential run. So this is all about Kamala Harris, or you, in simple word, you can say it is a biography of Kamala Harris. But all these authors like ABC options are very, very important. Like Hunter Biden, you can see here, he is the son of Joe Biden, and he wrote a memoir basically known as Beautiful Things. Beautiful Things. This is written by Hunter Biden. Next is Evan Osnos. He wrote about Joe Biden. Joe Biden. So it is basically a biography of Joe Biden, and it is written by Evan Osnos. Next is Dan Moraine. He wrote about Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, and the name of the book is, I think, Kamala's Way. Kamala's Way, An American Life. Yes, Kamala's Way is name of the book, and this book is again about Kamala Harris, or you can say one of the biography of Kamala Harris. So all the books are related to either to the Joe Biden or either related to Kamala Harris. So you have to remember this. Move to next question. Which country launched a military communication satellite which is known as Syracuse 4A? So answer of this question is very simple, and it is for military communication. Especially you can remember from this keyword, and this satellite is launched by France. So answer of this question is C. So France has successfully launched a state-of-its-art satellite, namely Syracuse 4A, into the orbit, and it is designed to allow France armed forces across the globe to communicate swiftly and securely. And the satellite can survey its close surroundings and move itself to escape an attack. And it is equipped with an anti-jamming antenna and digital transparent processor on board, which will guarantee a high resistance to the extreme jamming method. So very important, it is definitely improve the technology, especially in the military of the France. So you have to just remember it is Syracuse 4A, and it is launched by France. So you can also see here the picture of this, especially the launch event of this communication satellite. Next is the name United Nations coined by, because recently we celebrated the United Nations Day, and I think every student knows about the United Nations Day is celebrated on 24th of October 2021. Why it is celebrated on 24th of October? Because 24th of October 1945 is the foundation day of United Nations. But we are asking that United Nations term is coined by whom? So I think all the students know about these leaders like Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of Britain during World War II, and Clement Attlee, you can say in 1944, when there is a transitional change in Britain, and Clement Attlee was elected as the Prime Minister of Britain, and Franklin D. Roosevelt, he was the Prime Minister, you can say President of United States of America during the World War II, and Vladimir Lenin, he was revolutionary during the time period of Russian Revolution. So I think now the answer is very simple. Answer is Franklin D. Roosevelt. C is the answer. C is the answer. And the name United Nations coined by this person, then President of United States of America, and it was first used in the Declaration of United Nations, that is exact date on 1st Jan 1942 during the Second World War. Second World War time period was 1939 to 1945. The 6-year time period goes to World War II. And 24th of October 2021 marks the 76th anniversary of the United Nations. Remember, it was established on 24th of October 1945, and United Nations officially came into existence on that date, when the United Nations Charter had been ratified by most famous countries like China, France, Soviet Union. At the time, it was Soviet Union, but now the Russia is there, and the United Kingdom is there. United States of America is there, or and most other signatory members. And you can also remember United Nations headquarters is in New York. Total member countries are 193, and Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres. Next is, what will be the new name of the Faizabad railway junction? If we are going back to the 2018, like Uttar Pradesh government renamed the district Faizabad and Allahabad. And Faizabad was renamed into like Ayodhya, and Allahabad was renamed as Prayagraj. So it means Faizabad was renamed as Ayodhya in 2018, but now the Faizabad railway junction also renamed as Ayodhya Junction or Ayodhya Kent Junction. Kent stands for cantonment area. So you have to remember that decision was proposed by the Faizabad district administration, and Ayodhya is very important if we are relating it to with the religious point of view, because it was the capital of Ikshvaku dynasty. Ikshvaku, Ikshva, I think this is the spelling. Ikshvaku dynasty, which is the origin of you can say Lord Ram, and it was popularly known as the birthplace of Lord Ram, and it is a city situated on the banks of the river Saryu, which is sacred river, you can say Saryu in Uttar Pradesh. And the name of the Faizabad railway junction will be changed to Ayodhya Kent after the approval of Ministry of Railway. Now UP government approved, but the Ministry of Railway approval is necessary. So that's why after the approval, it will become official. Otherwise, Faizabad railway junction will be now Ayodhya Kent railway junction. You have to remember this. So you can see here Faizabad railway junction. And earlier, you can also remember there is one railway station which was known as Mughal Sarai railway station. Remember Mughal Sarai railway station. In 2018, UP government also renamed this Mughal Sarai railway station into Deen Dayal Upadhyay railway station. Deen Dayal. But it is very old news, like it was happened in 2018. You can also remember this, but it was old. Next is Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy and Drone Destination have signed a pact with which state to conduct drone training in the state. So after the Jammu Kashmir airbase attack, we are basically focusing on the drone technology. Now one state government signed an agreement with the Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy and Drone Destination, one New Delhi based organization, to provide a drone training in the state. And answer of this question is Haryana. So B is the answer. And Haryana government already launched one initiative which is known as Drishya. Remember, Drishya initiative. So with this Drishya initiative, they will conduct a drone training in the state. And what is the meaning of this Drishya? It is Drone Imaging and Information Services of Haryana Limited. And you can also see Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy and Drone Destination signed pact with the Haryana government initiative for Drishya to commence drone training in Haryana. And remember, this Drishya stands for Drone Imaging and Information Services of Haryana Limited. And Drishya will implement various kind of surveys and the imaging work with the help of the drones. And the partnership of Drishya and this Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy and Drone Destination will enable this organization to provide professional drone training in Haryana. It means this organization, this academy, will launch so many courses related to the drone training. And the drone service will benefit departments like, you can say, mining. Definitely it will help to the mining, forest, traffic, disaster management, town and country planning, because you can basically see the above image. So that's why you can plan all the things related to mining, forest, traffic, disaster management and agriculture and etc. especially in the Haryana, because it is launched by Haryana and it is also signed with the Haryana government. And the new drone policy which was recently released has targeted India to become one of the largest market for the drones. And Drone Destination is basically a New Delhi based organization, and this Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy is in Uttar Pradesh. Exact place is Amethi. And you can also remember Amethi is the constituency of Samriti Irani, because Samriti Irani defeated Rahul Gandhi in 2019 election. So this was important. Amethi in Uttar Pradesh. And also remember about Haryana. Haryana Chief Minister is Manohar Lal Khattar ji, Manohar Lal Khattar, and Governor is Bandaru Dattatreya, who was earlier the Governor of Himachal Pradesh, but now the Governor of Haryana. And a very important national park, Sultanpur National Park. It is in Gurgaon area. And you can also remember second thing, that is Kalesar National Park. Kalesar National Park is in also Haryana. So very important. So moving to next, what is the theme of World Polio Day 2021? But first of all, you have to remember World Polio Day is celebrated, or you can say observed every year on which day? So it is observed every year on 24th of October. So answer is 24th of October. But we are asking about theme of the World Polio Day 2021. Theme is one day, one focus, ending polio. One day, one focus, ending polio. And this is to create awareness about the importance of the efforts to eradicate polio, an infectious disease that most commonly affects the children under the age of 5 years. And the day also marks the birth anniversary of very famous virologist named as Jonas Salk. Jonas Salk, an American virologist who developed the first successful polio vaccine. Polio vaccine. And the day was established by the Rotary International. Rotary International. And the theme you all know, one day, one focus, ending polio. And the caption is delivering our promise of a polio-free world. So we have to eliminate polio all over the world. Moving to next, it is not important, it is just a information for you, like second edition of Naval Commanders Conference of 2021 held, and it was held in New Delhi, but it was virtual event. So Rajnath Singh ji launched an integrated unmanned roadmap for the Indian Navy to provide a comprehensive unmanned system roadmap in accordance with the Indian Navy concept of operations and chart out a capability development plan for the Indian Navy. So they discussed how we can make better navy, and how we can do the bilateral exercise between the two navies, and how we can basically prepare a roadmap according to the new technology. So this is the Naval Commanders Conference, which is launched by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji. And I think all the students know Defense Minister Rajnath Singh constituency is Lucknow. Lucknow is in Uttar Pradesh. Next, we are moving to the important question section, but first of all, you have to like this video, you have to share this video as maximum as possible, and you have to subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform. And remember, you can join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Government amends Indian Telegraph Right of Way Rules 2021. Again, this question is not important. Earlier, this Right of Way rule was in 2016, but now we amended, so that's why year changed to 2021. So this amendment was made to ease the rollout of communication network by fixing nominal fees. By fixing nominal fee, or you can say it is the one-time fee at rupees 1000 rupees per kilometer, and uniform procedure established of underground telegraph line. So this is 1000 rupees per kilometer. Earlier it was also 1000 rupees per kilometer, but so many states like Gujarat, Kerala are charging extra money. So that's why now uniform rate is fixed under this Indian Telegraph Right of Way Rules 2021. It is 1000 rupees per kilometer. Just remember this keyword, 1000 rupees per kilometer. Next, we are moving to the one-liner important point. Here is the first point, VEM technology. This is Hyderabad based organization. Hyderabad signed a MOU with the Telangana government for setting up an integrated defense system facility in Telangana. So remember, it is just to establish a integrated defense system facility, and it is set up in about 511 acre area by investing thousands of crore rupees in 5 years with 2000 employees. And the integrated defense system is going to build with a full-fledged facility for you can say missiles, because it is a defense related facility, missiles, naval system, unmanned aircraft like you can say drones, radars, aero engines. So this is the first of its kind having integrated end-to-end infrastructure for assembly, integration and testing of the defense system. Just remember it is in Telangana. Next, 60th Indian Border Police Raising Day observed on 24th of October 2021, because this Indo-Tibetan Border Police was basically established during the Indo-China War in 1962. So that's why we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of Indo-Tibetan Border Police Raising Day. And presently it is deployed on the border guarding duties from Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh, all the border areas, approximately length about 400 to 3500 kilometer, approximately like in between that. And you can also remember Indo-Tibetan Border Police. It was established in 1962 on 24th of October, and its Director General is Shri Sanjay Arora. Sanjay Arora. Next is International Day of Diplomats 2021, observed on 24th of October. So it is to acknowledge the role of diplomats in making the world a better place. And the 24th of October 2021 marks the observance of 5th International Day of Diplomats. Next, 14% of the world's coral lost in the 10 years due to global warming. And this is the status of coral reefs of the World 2020 report. And this report is basically prepared by one organization which is known as Global Coral Reef Monitoring Network. Global Coral Reef Monitoring Network, and this is funded by United Nations Environment Program. Again, very important. And the loss is varied by region, like ranging from 5% in the East Asia to the 95% in the Eastern Tropical Pacific. And the United Nations Environment Program provided financial, technical and communication support to the report. And you can also remember the loss all over world on an average is 14%. It is like from 2009 to 2018, if we are comparing, then 14% on an average coral reefs are lost in the last 10 years, and especially due to global warming. And you can also remember Indian coral reefs are found in 4 areas. One is Gulf of Mannar, second is Rann of Kutch, third one is Andaman and Nicobar, and fourth one is Lakshadweep. These are the 4 areas in which you can found coral reefs in India. And largest coral reef all over world is Great Barrier Reef, and it is like east of Australia, east of Australia. You can see the map of Australia, and in the east you can see there is a large barrier reef. This is known as Great Barrier Reef. Next is FGII. You can remember it is a private general insurance company which is known as Future General India Insurance. Entered into bancassurance partnership with Bank of India. It means this company will sell their insurance products to the Bank of India customer. Very simple. And remember what Bank of India? Bank of India MD and CEO is Atanu Kumar Das or Atanu Kumar Das. Headquarters in Mumbai. It was founded in 1906, but it was nationalized when first nationalization took place in 1969, when 14 banks were nationalized. And tagline is relationship beyond banking. Relationship beyond banking. Next, US conducts successful test of hypersonic missile technology. But this is not so much important because the new weapon system is already being deployed by China and Russia. China and Russia already tested this hypersonic missile technology. And what is the meaning of this hypersonic missile? Hypersonic missile can fly more than 5 times the speed of sound, or approximately you can say 6,200 km per hour. So this is the total speed of this hypersonic missile. So now we are moving to the question of the day. 24th and 25th of October 2021 question was, which of the following countries is not a part of Horn of Africa? So you can see here the map of Horn of Africa. So this is the Horn of Africa. So you can see this is type of a horn. And there are 4 countries which are known as seed countries. Seed stands for, S stands for Somalia, E stands for Ethiopia, E stands for Eritrea, and D stands for a very small country is Djibouti. You can see Red Sea here. You can see here Gulf of Aden, and in between this is Bab al-Mandab state. Bab al-Mandab state. So very simple question. Now you can recall that which option is odd one out. And answer of this question is very simple now, Egypt. But it cannot be eliminated with the seed, because 3 countries are with the name of E. So you have to just remember that S stands for Somalia, E stands for Eritrea, E stands for Ethiopia, D stands for Djibouti. So Egypt is the answer, because Egypt is like in the northernmost or the northern western corner of the you can say African continent. So answer of this question is Egypt. Now we are again moving to the African continent, and the question of the day is related to world geography. Which of the following separates Africa and Europe? Very simple question. If you know, this is the map of Africa, this is a sea, this is Europe, and this is Asia. Again, there is sea in between in Africa and Asia, Africa and Europe. So you have to answer me like what is the name of this sea which separates Africa and the Europe. So I'm waiting your answer, and please like this video. Please share this video at least to your one friend, and please subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform, and join our Telegram channel and press this bell button for the official notifications. And it is a Fierce Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section, definitely. And don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy. Thank you guys. Take care and bye-bye.